All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thursday Night Football. We got the Dallas Cowboys hosting the Seattle Seahawks right now. Cowboys 9-point favorites at home. The total sitting at 46.5. I have a lean on the spread as well as two player props that I want to jump into in today's video. Before we get going with that, guys, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Hit that like button as well. Go follow me on Twitter at EvGuyBoston. Been following everyone back as of late. But yeah, very excited to dive into these picks. Also, I'm thinking about throwing out a same game parlay for this game, so comment down below, let me know if you do want to see that. Before we get into the game, I do want to talk to you guys about Sleeper. They have a great deal going on right now. Dak Prescott, will he throw for just 1 yard? I think so. He's been doing that all year long. His new line over on Sleeper is 0.5 for his passing yards. Guys, go hit that more than button. Hit the link in the description, guys, and in the pinned comment. You get 100% of your first deposit matched over on Sleeper. And what I love about Sleeper is the dynamic payouts. They don't follow the fixed payout structure like all of the other apps. Head over, take advantage of the square, and get your deposit matched. Check out Sleeper. Now let's go ahead and dive into my lean on the game here. So obviously we're looking at a big spread for Dallas here. They're 8-3 this year, 8-3 against the spread so far. They're 5-0 at home, and they are killing it against the spread at home as well. Facing off against the Seattle team that started off somewhat better than they've been playing as of late. They're now 6-5 in their last few games. They've caught L's 3 of their last 4, only beating Washington by a small margin 3 weeks ago. They're 4-6-1 against the spread and just 2-3 on the road. Now, I think you got to look at Dallas here. I'm leaving it as a lean. Keep an eye on the pinned comment to see if we end up locking this in, but it's a lean right now just because it is such a big number. If this was anywhere closer to a touchdown, I think it would have some serious value, but newsflash, it's not. It's at 9 points. So we're really looking at a touchdown and a field goal win here for Dallas. And Seattle has been kind of known to stay in some of these games, you know, not as of late, but they've looked decent at many times this year. Now, maybe you can make the argument that they've cleaned up on some easy matchups, you know, the Panthers, the Giants, Arizona, that sort of thing, right? But nonetheless, they still are 6-5 on the year. And is this a letdown spot for Dallas? They've been winning like crazy, 5 of their last 6 games, and they've been playing some decent teams as well. Obviously, that only loss coming to Philadelphia, so they're playing some optimal football. But I don't think that you can look at, you know, Seattle and confidently take that +9. Now, on H to H, guys, the show that I do with Tassos, he loves Seattle +9, and he makes a good case for it. But this is a Dallas team that has been playing really, really good football, especially against bad teams. Now, the sort of distinguishing factor comes into, do you think Seattle is a decent team or a bad team? And my reason for this lean is Seattle has been playing, not saying they are, but they've been playing like a bad team. And we've seen what Dallas does to bad teams, right? On the year, the Giants, the Jets, the Arizona Cardinals, Patriots, Giants again, Cardinals, Washington on Thanksgiving. Like, if you're in the lower tier of teams right now, Dallas cleans you up. So that 9 does look kind of appealing, but again, it's just a lean as of right now. I'm not in love with it. We may not play it. Keep an eye on the pinned comment to see if we do ultimately roll with that. I just think this Dallas defense is so strong too. Like, we saw a really stagnant offense Thanksgiving night against the 49ers for the Seahawks. If Dallas does anything like the 49ers do, or they go out there and play good defense, this is going to be a tough week for Seattle. But again, they're hanging 9 points. It's a lot. But my official lean on the game is Dallas -9. Keep an eye on the pinned comment to see if we end up rolling with it. We do have 2 player props that we're about to get into that are final plays. So we can go ahead and get into those right now, guys. They're going to be brought to you by Outlier. If you haven't checked out Outlier yet, it's the tool we're about to dive into. 7 days free with the link in the pinned comment. So let's look at our first player prop here. And we're heading over to the Seattle side of the ball, DK Metcalf. Now, this kind of goes right in line with what I'm saying and sort of the game script I'm predicting. If Seattle's offense does not look all that great, you might be thinking, why the hell would you take an over for DK Metcalf, especially for a long reception, right? But I do think they're going to have to take some shots downfield to try and get chunk plays to stay within this game, right? Especially if Dallas is kind of stuffing them and everything like that. The run's not working. They're going to have to do some sort of creativity on their offensive side of the ball. And I think DK Metcalf is going to be the guy. He's hit over 21.5 for his longest reception in all but 3 games this season. That is 7 out of 10. And if you look down here, the target share is really great. Him and Tyler Lockett pretty much dominating the target share here. He edges Tyler Lockett just a little bit at 22.8%. But I really like is the fact that his average depth of target is already looking really good for this line. So he's ranked 8th in the league at nearly or just over 13 yards for an average depth of target. And he gets plenty of yards after the catch as well, right? Continuing to use outlier here. You can see yards after a catch, 19.9 on the season. So if he's getting a ball targeted, say 15 yards downfield, he can take it an extra 10 yards and cash this with ease. You also look into this Dallas secondary. It's a really good secondary, a good defense, but they'll take some chances. So if DK makes a good move or makes some sort of a good play here, he can get a corner to bite. So DK Metcalf over 21.5 for his longest reception is our first play. Again, I think that they're going to take some shots at him. I love his average depth of target. I love the fact that Dallas may get a little aggressive here on him, especially, and DK can kind of capitalize on some of those mistakes. Now, our next play we're looking at is one that I also really do like. It's for some serious plus money, plus 125 right now, and it's moving quick. This is at plus 130 yesterday. We didn't jump on it, but you can see where it is across sportsbooks. We're going to have plus 125 over on BetMGM, and it's Tony Pollard over 3.5 receptions. Now, you don't think of Tony Pollard as a catch grabber, right? But he is dominating when it comes to, running backs in the backfield in this sense for the targets. You can see he's averaging getting 12% of the targets. Dowdle isn't even on this list. He barely gets any of the targets, 2.9%. Like, he's nowhere near the top of this. If we hover over him, and he's injured, questionable, right? You can see that small sliver in the target share. And also looking at receptions allowed for Seattle, they're allowing, they're allowing towards the bottom of the league, 26th ranked in terms of receptions allowed to the running back. And if we look at passes per game to the running back, they also don't stack up all that well either. Over on FTN Daily, we'll scroll over here, passes to the running back position right here, right? You'll see Seattle 1, 2, 3. They're averaging 7.9 passes to the running back per game. We flip back over to Tony Pollard. His receptions, he's averaging 88% of his receptions, getting receptions on his target. So if we see anything like we've seen over the last couple weeks here, this is going to be a good spot for Tony Pollard. Now, do I wish or do I think we can maybe wait this out and get this at 2.5? I would be okay with that too. Instead of paying, or getting plus money for this, I would take like a minus 115 on 2.5. But as of right now, I do like this 3.5 as well. So those are the 2 player props there. Like I said, go ahead and drop in the comments if you guys are interested in seeing some sort of a same game parlay, maybe involving a couple of these lines, more maybe involving Dallas spread brought down to, a field goal or something like that. So let me know in the comments if you do want that same game parlay. But to recap, lean Dallas -9. I just don't know if I love hanging that number. They're the better team, but lean Dallas -9. And then 2 final plays that I'm already locking in are DK Metcalf over 21.5 for his longest reception, and then Tony Pollard over 3.5 receptions for plus 125. You gotta love the odds there, guys. And that's gonna wrap it up. If you did enjoy, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment 8 because you made it this far into the video, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, peace out.